Let's move, James. Getting late. Come on, bro. Oh God.
Na 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 na. But I naively chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. And all of my working class parents' savings were being spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I couldn't see the value in it.
Hey, James. What are you doing here alone? I'm quitting, James. What? Didn't got you? I'm dropping out of the college. Why? What happened suddenly? I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I have no idea how college is gonna help me figure it out. And here I am, spending all the money my parents had saved in their entire life. Don't be impulsive, Steve. Be realistic. How can you drop out from the college? I might do wrong at some point of time, because I'm not interested in this. A doctor cannot construct a building. An engineer cannot treat a patient. At some point of time in your life, James, you got to back your instincts. And I'm backing my instincts. So what are you going to be doing after college?
The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me and begin dropping in on the ones that looked far more interesting. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friends' rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5-cent deposits to buy food with. And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it.
What's up, James? Hi, where are you? Have a look at this. What's this? Well, I'm taking the calligraphy classes. Have a look at this one. This one is serif letters. This one is sans serif. I'm learning what makes great typography great.
So you dropped out for this nonsense?
No, not exactly. I love it. I find it fascinating. I find it historical and beautiful.
I think there is no practical application of this nonsense.
Hey boss.
Hi Steve.
Well, how far you reached?
I have almost designed a computer software to use.
Well, Steve, you know what? I came across many people who were very much interested in this sort of use. So I'm thinking, why not assemble these computers and sell it to them?
That's a good idea. But for that we need some capital, right?
Yeah, right. Hey, we can get that through scientific calculator, can't we?
That's a great idea.
Hey Steve, I'm Harder and I want you to deal with this typing project.
But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I had never dropped in on that single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts. And since Windows just copied the Mac, if I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired.
I'm sorry, Steve, but you're fired.
How can you get fired from a company you started? What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple had not changed that one bit. I'd been rejected, but I was still in love. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. You have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart